This was the hardest thing I've ever done. You see, Security Breach itself isn't a hard game. Yeah, it can be quite buggy and sometimes annoying, but oh god, this Chaos mod is hard. The mod basically works on 2 timers displayed by bars in the bottom right. The top bar spawns a random event when it's filled, ranging from something small like a distraction to something very useful like capitalism to absolute chaos. But apparently that wasn't enough chaos because they also decided to add another, the bottom bar, which spawns a random wave of enemies once filled. So as you can imagine, this was quite tough, especially with the first thing we need to do is to escape Freddy's room. Get on! There's something.
Who are you?
Oh no, I can't. Right, real quick, Chica's Feeding Frenzy, Monty Golf, Balloon Boy World and the Princess Quest games are honestly so annoying, and the reason this took so long. When they show up, they force you to play that game, and essentially once you beat it or exit, it takes you to the main menu. They are literally just restart events, and they are so common. It's actually insane. I could barely play more than 2 minutes without one showing up and then having to restart. Genuinely hope they had a toggle to turn them off. Alright, see the thing is with Freddy's room, there is such a long intro that by the time one actually gets out of Freddy, so much stuff has spawned, you die. And originally, of course, my plan was to just hope I didn't die, but that wasn't working, so I came up with other plans. So I haven't mentioned this, mostly because I didn't realise till like halfway through day 1, but there's a shop, and in the shop you can buy a save, and well, you can see where I'm going with this, but the plan was to wait until capitalism because it gives you money, then leave Freddy and buy the save. But the problem is, I did in fact manage to do that, and unfortunately nothing happened. I still started in Freddy, and at the time I thought, okay, saving just doesn't work. We'll get to that later. Next plan was to delete enemies. In the shop you can buy an option to delete enemies. So I figured if I could wait for some money, I could delete the enemies and then leave, and it will be easier, right? Nope, some enemies don't get deleted, making that plan useless. Which leads me to my final plan. Invincibility. Like with the last 2, this was something you could buy in the shop, but it doesn't last for long, so I can't use it for the duration of the rest of the time in Freddy's room because that takes ages. But I noticed the animatronics open the doors, so I should be able to just run out the door when it's open because I'm invincible, they won't be able to jump scare me. Which ultimately became my main plan. However, everyone knows to have a backup plan, and so there is an event called Enderman Gregory which teleports you randomly nearby. And so my backup plan was to just hope that I got teleported next to a save station. Yeah, okay, that backup plan was terrible because being teleported in Freddy to somewhere else doesn't matter, as when you attempt to leave, it just teleports you back to where you were. Anyway, after 4 hours, I managed to pull off the invincibility plan and make it to the door, only to be blocked and literally stuck in Chica, and then obviously died. At which point, I rage quit for the day. Right. Day 2 started off with the exact same plan, invincibility and trying to run through that door, until this happened. Yeah, as you can imagine, I was quite pissed after that, so I just played Monty Golf to calm down and just forget about it. Which is when I kinda made the realization that yes, the door is technically being opened by the animatronics, but the invisible barrier that they've put in is still there, so I can't actually run through the door, meaning that plan was a total failure and a complete waste of time. And so I just sat down and was like, you know what, I'm gonna try and figure something else out. So that's what I did, until eventually this happened. I can't move. I exited Freddy.
Sneak away.
No! No! Reload! No! No, 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 no! No, 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 no. Yes! Yes! I had done it! I got to the save station, I saved, I should be able to respawn at the save station, except No, we're still in Freddy. But hey, at least the door is open now. Okay, with the door open now, I can use my invincibility plan to go through the door. And since I don't need to save, I can just go straight to the vent. But here's the thing, I haven't actually properly played FNAF Security Breach in over a year. And so I misremembered there being a save station at the end of the vent. And so I thought I could get to this area of the map, save, and hopefully since it's, a different area of the map, I wouldn't spawn in Freddy. Well, I did in fact manage to get to that area, but all the textures were weird and I couldn't see the save station, and then of course I died, which is where I decided to take a little look with the mod off, and sure enough there is no save station. I misremembered, which led me to the realization that I would have to 1. Wait for a run where I can buy invincibility or where the path is clear and make it to the vent. 2. Travel down that entire vent. 3. Make it out of the vent, run down this open area to the backstage pass. 4. Run back to Freddy and get in him. All of that without dying or get one of the restart events. Yeah, that really wasn't going to happen, so I made a decision to turn the mod on once I've left Freddy, because if I don't, I'm going to only have a chance every 1 in 10 attempts. But did this small adjustment help? Well, if I'm being completely honest with you, no it didn't. I mean, the very first thing I did was actually just grab the Faz watch and then save, which didn't really help. I just now have the Faz watch. But when it comes to having the mod start when I exit Freddy, I'll be completely honest, it got later and later. In fact, the delay ended up being that the mod would only turn on once I actually got into the vent, just because I just kept delaying and delaying it. But you might think, okay, well now you're just giving yourself a huge advantage and surely you must have done it really quick then. No. In fact, I'm not even joking when I say this, but even though the mod would only turn on now once I'm in the vent getting to the little Rockstar Row area, I would still, not even joking, would still get either Princess Quest, Chica's Vegan Frenzy, Balloon Boy, all that crazy stuff, before actually reaching the backstage pass. Not even a joke. So much so that I genuinely got so annoyed that I once again quit for the day. Okay, day 4 was essentially the same plan as day 3, except this time I had a different idea. You see, FNAF Security Breach does some of the loading based on the current timestamp. I mean, if I remember correctly, back when this game came out, people could save what they were doing after 6 AM by grabbing a staff bot head in Roxy's Raceway, as it would change the time back to 5:50 AM or something. And so by using the same logic, I theorized that the reason I'm starting in Freddy is because the save time is 11 PM, and so the game thinks I'm at the very beginning. Now, when you exit into the area from the end of that event, the game changes to 11:30 PM, meaning that if I'm correct and I save while it's 11:30 PM, the game wouldn't think it's the very start, and therefore I shouldn't spawn in Freddy. So I tried for a very, very long time trying to save after exiting the vent, but eventually I realized something. It stopped changing to 11:30 PM. Yeah, absolutely confused, I turned off the mod and roamed around trying to figure out why the trigger's gone. And do you want to know why? Well, remember how you could buy a save? Yeah, at one point I got capitalism again and just said, screw it, I'ma waste it on the save, see if it'll do anything, and didn't think too much about it. Well, I probably should have, because, well, the game had saved, because I bought the save, and the save had saved the game at 11:30 PM. Yeah, the game's now loading at 11:30 PM, and guess what? I'm still spawning in Freddy. I was wrong, but if you don't think that is the case, after I figured that out, this ended up happening. Which definitely would have saved me at 11:30 PM. But it is not all bad news, because I managed to get this to happen while I was exploring with the mod off.
Take this. It is a
Where am
novelty
I?
fast
Look at all this stuff.
Yeah, you see, when the game changes to 11:30 PM after getting out of the vent, it moves Freddy to the window and he does that wave at you. But since it's already 11:30 PM, that event never triggers, and so Freddy never moves to the window. Because of this, the Vanessa's spawn trigger is still in that room. I just have to look out the window. So if I can get caught by Vanessa, even at this point, the game will jump me to 2 AM. And even better, it saves. So I could potentially skip a huge portion of the game if I get that done correctly. So, as you can imagine, that was my new plan. But after a while, I managed to get the backstage pass and get to Freddy. But he wasn't letting me in, and I was being chased by animatronics. So, I couldn't turn around to get back out of that room and find Vanessa. And so, what I did do was run straight to the save station because I got the backstage pass. I might as well save with it. And then, this happened. I didn't spawn in Freddy. I had done it. I had managed to escape Freddy's room. It only took me 4 recording days to get it done. Honestly, this video was supposed to be about me beating the game with the Chaos mod on, but because of how insanely long it took me to get out of Freddy's room, I decided to turn this video into me escaping Freddy's room with the Chaos mod on. But if you want to see me tackle the rest of the mod, you know what to do. Just comment down below and like the video. And of course, subscribe so you'll know when that comes out. And obviously, if you've enjoyed this video, then you might want to check out some of my FNAF Security Breach videos. A playlist should be on the screen now, along with another video that YouTube thinks you actually will like to watch. So, see ya.